biggest initiative of Reliance Foundation was education. So we said we linked education to sports because the mantra was that let's promote health and fitness through sports for active lifestyle. That was the mantra for Reliance Foundation, where education and sports both fit in. So we have three initiatives in the group. One is Mumbai Indians, everybody is aware, which is cricket. So what we did, yeah, so and I'm just talking of the products we have in sports. So what we decided was that whatever funds we earn, I mean, everybody knows that I'm not the right person to say if there are profits or not, but yes, Mumbai Indian decided on a price which every year they'll give to Reliance Foundation, and through Reliance Foundation, Mumbai Indians got hooked up to 300 schools. And I think I have some figures also. They gave 11 lakhs each to groups from IPL 3. And under the Reliance Foundation education program, which was already working with the schools, we invited 700 children from the NGOs to the Mumbai Indians game. Then we went to the school. So Mumbai Indians as a IPL team started giving money to Reliance Foundation. Reliance Foundation is hooked to the NGOs. We started reading school. Second, which is my favorite initiative, which has just started this month, Reliance Foundation tied up with NBA. We all are aware how big NBA is, and we told them that we have a multi-year. We are not even defined how long this agreement is, because there's so much to be done in India. And we said we will launch a school-based youth basketball program under the NBA Junior. There's an NBA Junior program for school worldwide. So we said you get that program to India, and we'll tie up. And we've already started in Mumbai and Kochi. And by February next year, we'll be covering 300 schools. Basketball again, if we promote through school, and just not playing or reaching out right from their kid, their education, even lobbying with the schools that please allow them to, come and play basketball. And so, again, education and sports, but a clear-cut business case. I mean, I would like to stress everywhere, anybody who's thinking, especially in sports, it has to make a business case, not for profitability, but it has to be work. You need to have a long-term goals, you need to have a team. So, and we have given it to NBA, and we are running it with NBA. So that's the second. Third initiative is what Hemanshu said, the controversial football tournament. It's not a league, though it's been called a league. We are starting in January. And again, we have been asked that being the commercial partners to All India Football Federation, it was a commercial venture, but we had a development plan around it. We are going to have 8 franchisees in 8 cities, and under our franchisee obligations, they are supposed to do grassroots and at least one academy in first and the second year.
Priti, can I touch one thing in this? FC Barcelona, with Adidas, and they have a foundation.
Yes.
Where they have a set of money which is actually out of this money actually goes into some kind of CSR. Are you also keeping some CSR money out of the earnings of this league which you want to run?
No, I'm just coming because it's a self-sustaining, because through franchisee, All India Football Federation has a 10-year development program called Lakshya, everybody is aware. But the Football Federation doesn't have the money to implement the grassroots program. So what we have planned is that each franchisee is mandatory for him to run that Lakshya program academy. So, it's again I'm saying you have to build it up with business and just not call CSR. So what will happen is the 10-year program by the...
make money and you give it to CSR. If you don't make money, you don't give it to CSR.
I mean,
right?
if you just go and ask somebody, I think everybody will just give to the sportsman. I mean, no corporate house will do. So, you have to come maybe in a roundabout way, which we are doing.
Right. I'll get Mona in. Mona, Preeti said so much about Reliance. I'm sure you must be thinking something about it. Pepsi often is an adulterated drink, not to be given to children, blah, 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 blah. But I think Coke, Pepsi, this war has always been on. How do you put yourself in this contest, and then facing this, and still being asked to do a CSR, especially I'm sure the CSR which you picked up in the Asian football. And a lot of India, I think probably on record I can say, is inching very close to the popularity of cricket. And I say by 2020, football is going to be a bigger game in India than cricket. So I think both of you have picked up a right game, the right time. But how do you see moving yourself towards that?
Okay, so first things first, Hemanshu. Pepsi is an adulterated drink. Well, I think we just got some ruling in our favor just yesterday, so we know that it's not adulterated and it's perfectly fine and within the stipulated regulations. So I think we are on course with that. The other thing is that...
you're not behind the Sunita Nair accident, right? She was the one who, she was on the top pitch and...
no, we believe in healthy competition. Yeah, we believe in healthy competition. The other thing is that, so this is something that, we keep on hearing that, about Pepsi. But, I represent a company called PepsiCo, which Pepsi is definitely one of the products. But we also produce Gatorade, which is used by so many professional athletes and amateur athletes. We also have other healthy, we have
juices.
Healthy eats and treats. So we have juices and we have oats and we have bars and so on and so forth. But yes, so going forward on that, when we look at, we have been both in the cricket space and we have been in the football space. Now the cricket space, as all of you know, we are the lead sponsor. We are Pepsi IPL last year and we will be for the next 4 years. That's a business decision. That's a marketing decision that we have taken. And when we looked at football, which is #1 sport in more than 200 countries and perhaps #1 in the world, but not in India, we said this is a very good platform for us to be able to collaborate, because we were looking only at grassroots football and development activities associated with grassroots football. And so this is how we came along with our collaboration with the AFGP. There is also a commercial angle to the Football Association, which comes in terms of a collaboration with Leo Messi and Thierry Henry, which most of you may be aware of. But our AFGP collaboration is completely for grassroots football and for the development sector. And we are looking at 3 key objectives. The first one is maybe building on what Preeti said, how to have sports going for education. And I think if you look at the Schedule 7, and you look at the listed activities under Schedule 7, the key, goals are derived from the Millennium Development Goals. And they're actually the outcomes, because you're trying to eradicate poverty, you're trying to eradicate malnutrition, better education for children, and women's empowerment. So these are actually, broad outcomes. And this is what AFGP's, one of the objectives also is, to look at children for the first 1,000 days. And if children are provided for nutritionally in the first 1,000 days, the mortality rate comes down. So this is one of the projects that AFGP is doing along with the FC. The other one is how to have mentors in terms of celebrity players or in terms of established professional players coming in and giving encouragement to these grassroots footballers, and also to have different associations coming in to provide certain amount of infrastructure or access to infrastructure. And I remember when I was talking to one of the beneficiaries of AFGP, he was from an agency called, from the Magic Bus. So we're supporting Magic Bus in India. And he said, I was avara, a vagabond. And he said that he was like speaking for about 15 minutes and every sentence had the word avara. So he was considered a vagabond by his family, by his friends, by society. And then he showed how, through football, he became such a disciplined person. And now his role model is Ronaldo, at least as far as the hairstyles are concerned. And he says he doesn't copy anybody else, so he just follows Ronaldo's hairstyles. So that is another big that we have. And
Mona, can I
yes.
just take a small interrupt on this? Coke has been involved heavily into football for the last few years. Is it some kind of a competition which is for asked you to come into football? Or it was actually by choice, or it was there because Coke was doing too much of football and they're taking lead ahead of you? So because you always see a Coke ad coming in on the